foreign direct investors. The Irish people are mad. The Irish people went mad. With all credit and borrowing and stuff. They spawned greed and caused the global financial collapse. This contagion spread to vulnerable places like Greece and Portugal and Spain and on it went. The mad Irish caused it. There you have it now.
The Costa Concordia.
What about it?
Shocking accident.
Yeah, terrible.
Poor Captain Shitino. He never even saw the island.
What was that then?
His girlfriend was sitting on his lap, blocking his view, she was.
'Twas nothing to do with Anglo, nothing to do with nutters in the property sector, nothing to do with crazy developers. 'Twasn't because our financial regulator was asleep for 12 years in his office. Nothing like that. 'Twas the Irish people caused it.
Anyway, I'd like to see leadership in a nautical commander. Once Shitino knew the ship was going down, he led from the front.
Oh yeah?
The captain led the charge to the lifeboats. He was the first man off. Fair play to him. Coordinating the rescue efforts with his girlfriend at his side.
When property boomed here and no trouble loomed here, the mad Irish borrowed like never before. They spent and they borrowed like there was no tomorrow, crying, "Feck it, we're wealthy, we're all millionaires."
Whitney Heuston, dead at 48.
We never heard of her.
I know. She hasn't made a hit record for about 15 years. She was dead famous back in the day. She was in that film The Bodyguard with her man. He was famous too. What was that his name was again? It's on the tip of me tongue.
The mad Irish contagion spread far from our nation, collapsing poor Lehman's, Greece, Portugal and Spain. The whole financial system, our borrowings pissed 'em, and so the mad Irish caused the collapse of the globe.
There's no way I'll be paying Phil Hogan's household charge to our not-so-local bondholders. Where will this German troika taxation on the little people end? Next thing they'll be taxing our bogs and taxing our weed
€100 a year. I mean, it wouldn't pay for the price of a pack of fags. Otherwise, you're going to get into deep trouble now. Deep trouble. That's all. I'm just warning you, lads. I'm trying to help out here. Talent, tax, track record and technology are the things that are going to help Ireland out of the current misery.
The best advice I'm getting is that our economy is going to go like a rocket in Q3 of 2012.
What, it's going to blow up like?
No, Phil, it's going to soar through the skies, bringing us to prosperity and grandeur. I still haven't paid my household charge Now will I They can swing for it They can chase me across the bogs. They can chase me up the mountains. They can chase me through the rivers, through the snow. I won't pay. They can catch me and drag me kicking and screaming to Dublin, to the courts, and then to jail. Don't pay the household charge.
We don't want to scare the Irish people, but rats in the street. No funding for anything. No guards. No nurses or hospitals. No educations. St. Patrick got rid of the snakes, and we, led by Fine Gael, can get rid of these economic woes.
The treaty is all about stability in the Eurozone. We don't want stability. We want change. We want to be voting for a lock up the bankers and capitalists referendum. We want change, not stability.
Vote for the treaty. Don't listen to lies. Austerity is the only way.
Today, I become a mere Frenchman, quite similar to you little people. My wealth will be a great consolation, and my wife She is a consolation too. Ha ha ha! Feta cheese! Ha ha ha! Sure, Grace won't affect us at all. When I went into the polling booth, there was this small, tiny little German fella sitting on the shelf beside the pencil.
A small, little German fella.
That's right. He was like a dwarf, only smaller. He was there with a big pile of tenors. He says to me, "If you vote the right way, I will give you 10 euro. Ha ha ha! Don't mind the Greeks. Feta cheese. Ha ha!
So you voted yes?
Well, the money was there. 10 euros is 10 euros.
There was no German in my polling booth.
That's just your misfortune.
Ming Hai, I'm all emotional like.
What is it now, you big girl's blouse?
It's me VAT under repayment. It feels like a complete idiot. I wants to pay it and sort it out for the Irish people.
So what you going to do, like?
I was thinking of taking half my dole wage, €45,000 a year, and paying that towards the 2.1 million that I owes.
The European project, dead in the water.
I know, 4-0 against Spain. Crap a Tony.
No, not that, you galoot. It's the Euro project. Greece, voting. They're going to leave the Euro. We'll be all back to the drachma by the end of the summer. The whole European paradigm will be smashed into smithereens. The euro in our pocket will be worth nothing. I'm telling you, it's a terrible vista that's opening up in front of us.
Yeah, we'll have to get used to living a simpler life. At least we'll be happy. Apart from the football results, that is.
I know. 4-0. Poxy. Mick, like, that's a great idea, like. And by my calculations, it's only going to take you 44.6 years to pay.
It's the only realistic thing I can do, Ming.
Realistic, that's right, like. You'll be finished paying the VAT by the time that I'll be paying my household charge, like.
What has to be done, has to be done.
Can't pay, won't pay. I never would have thought that I'd have been interested in the holiday snaps of the royal family, but Kate Middleton has changed all that forever.
I know, disgraceful.
You know that I keep up to date with the news, both conceptually and visually. And so I bought the Irish Daily Star and I was not disappointed. Page after page of royal flesh on display.
Bloody socialists! I go to New York for 5 minutes to buy gold cufflinks, and Roisin Shortall jumps overboard in a girlish spat with Minister Riley. Silly girl, Roisin, silly. She had my full support. I was like a little brazier, holding her up in her token position in government.
Lads, it's time to panic. Septic tank charge today. Deadline tonight at midnight, like Dracula. €5 if you register now, then randomly €50 after that.
I could even become an avid royal watcher after this. The girl may have converted me to royalty.
She's definitely piqued the interest of a whole new clientele.
You'll burst the party, Roisin. We must continue on the Troika and Fine Gael programme for government. I mean government programme for government. Bloody socialists.
Cough up today. And if you don't pay by February, you'll be criminalised altogether. Alan Shatter's stormtroopers will be coming round to intern you in the Curra camp. Register today, lads. Septic tank. Panic now. Wealthy Yank movers and shakers. Thank you for your confidence in me, the Prime Minister of Ireland. Enda Kenny. I am on the top of my game. The Irish people were mad, and I have turned them around.
Story of the week is about 22-year-old Jamie Foxx, a graduate of music and English at Bangor University, who's got a job as a human scarecrow in a 10-acre field of oilseed rape.
I don't believe you.
Jamie works as a scarecrow in Ayleston in Norfolk for farmer William Youngs. Jamie daily battles with partridges, armed only with a cowbell, some books and a ukulele.
Frau Merkel, now that Ireland is emerging from its bailout, I think we should discuss Germany purchasing a chunk of our toxic bank shares. Get them off our sovereign books. Wouldn't that be a great idea?
Herr Kenny, I think I may have a plan.
A plan? Brilliant. Good. What is it? What if we offered you a second bailout? Then we could take some interest in your toxic banks. I haven't made any mistakes. I'm steering the ship of Ireland, steadily forward into the future, a golden future. My people all love me. I'm like President Putin, stripped down to the waist, on top of a white horse.
He's doing a good job, says Farmer Youngs, who can really see the difference. Jamie himself says, I don't want to be a scarecrow forever. Graduate of music and English. As you know, I've always had a high opinion of education, and in this instance, I rests me case.
But what about Ireland's financial autonomy? I think, Herr Kenny, that Ireland can kiss her autonomy goodbye. Things can't get any better. The young people of Ireland are emigrating for recreational reasons. We still owe a chunk of money, and no bankers went to jail. I'm a genius. Frau Merkel, wir Iren sind in der Scheiße. Wir sehen gut aus, aber wir haben nicht einen Bob. Weiterhin über unsere Verhältnisse lieben, müssen wir Geld, deutsche Bargeld, und wir brauchen es schnell. Keine Bedingungen geknüpft, keine Fragen gestellt. Muchas gracias, señorita.
That if I go back to even further in history, a different way, then David, I have to come back. I'd have to come back to you because, you come from animation royalty. Your dad animated some of the best known programmes here in RTÉ during the 70s and 80s, and that's a long time ago. Stuff like the tongue twisters for Bosco. For some people, that had been their first introduction to animation.
Ireland is a special case. That is right, Herr Kenny. You are a basket case. But we're the poster boys for cheery austerity in Europe. Yeah, Herr Kenny. You are taking the steps which will make us stronger in Germany.
Story of the week, Mitt Romney.
He lost.
You mean the government has been squandering our money on lies and propaganda? Well, I thought lies and propaganda was the government's job.
Get mit the program, people. There were no animals in the nativity. There is no evidence for their existence. There were no cattle in the stable in Bethlehem. There was no donkey. Okay?
Even I would have gone to live in America, except for the guns, the bad weather, and the fact that it's packed full of Yanks.
Shoot the donkey, shoot the donkey, shoot the donkey, back home. Shoot the donkey, shoot the donkey, shoot the donkey, back home. Don't worry, I'm not going to shoot any donkey.
I will be fair, you'll pay your share. I'll tax all, the big and small. All will pay up equally. Poor sick pensioners, all will be fleeced. I'll make everyone pay on my board just